Hello, hello, good evening. Happy Saturday, happy weekend, happy January, most of all. Welcome. Grab your beverage, whatever you enjoy on a Saturday night. Got something for you tonight. We have the latest video from very excited for that one. Back to the top of the channel. Hey, Prairie, good evening to you. How's your Saturday going? I don't really have a lot. I don't have anything to talk about. Actually, I'm just opening the stream for a little while to see if anybody is out there that needs one and show the new news video. So I'll give it a few more minutes and I'll get back on. So for the year starting, a lot of time in Discord, binge watching TV shows. Needed that. A little mental vacation. How is 2026 for everyone else? For you guys? Oh, is it? Oh, so far none here. I guess I'm sorry if it's a pain for you, but then I'm not sorry if you like snow. I like it every now and then for a day or two. I had never really seen snow till I moved up here. And then one year it snowed and like real snow. And it was a whole different world for me. And we got through the snowball fights and the sliding down the hill and all the stuff you see in the postcards and pictures of snow cultures. You gotta Oh, for snow? See, I don't know anything about that. I remember I'd have to walk to like the few days after when it would melt, I would walk to work. And I would slip a lot, like 2 or 3 times because it would turn into this slushy stuff, and I would think that I could walk on it, but it was really slippery. I wasn't used to that. And hey, yes, thank you, the vibes. Thank you very much. We love vibes here. We collect them, especially the good ones. All right. Well, what I will do is get the video started and then drop the link after that. Or I'll drop the link and then get it started. But I'm going to go backstage while it's playing. Yeah, I hate that stuff. Especially when it's like on the metal part of the sidewalk, like if there's a grate or something. I would slide. Sometimes I'd be walking to work and I would start sliding on the sidewalk. All right, I think there's the link. I'll put the link. Right, there go the link, and here go the video. I'll see you in a few. This is his latest release by decree, starring who I'm sure by now is a very familiar face.
clean, a polite hallucination from the machine. The gold left the building in 71. The money is dead, we're just having fun. It's a story we tell to sleep at night. A lovely, fragile, temporary light. You work, you bleed, you trade your time for a piece of trash worth less than a dime. House of cards, built on lust, grinding all your diamonds into dust. I watch you climb, I watch you crawl. One breath from me, and I take it all. It isn't a bug, it's the feature, don't you see? Value is a joke made by decree. Banks and towers, counting hours, lending out money they don't possess. It's a fractional reserve of happiness. You swipe the card, you pay the fee. You think you're rich? Darling, you belong to me. Can you feel the heat? There's money on the street. Can't you tired of these days? It's never enough. Burn, 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 till it pops. It's so good to finally have everyone together. It's a family. Cheers. Sold.
Did they make a bunch of little snow babies? Is that what I saw at that nursery? Hmm. Well, anyway, there you go. The latest from Moose. There's his channel. Check him out. There's other videos on it. Yes, of walking on snow in the city. I don't go out in the snow if I can help it, mainly for that reason. Unless it's really thick, and then I can tromp around in it. But I went with some friends to climb Mount Adams, which is the second largest mountain up here. Mount Rainier is the largest, and so Adams would be the next largest. And we got probably 2/3 of the way to the top, and we didn't have enough equipment for all of us to go, so I volunteered to turn back. And to get back down the mountain, I had to do what's called glissading. It's where you slide down on your butt, like, instead of going down on skis or with snowshoes or a snowboard, you just slide on your ass, and you have an ice pick, and when you need to stop, you just put the ice pick in the snow, and it, like, catches you, or you catch yourself. It was the most fun thing. It is one of the most fun things I've ever done. Just sliding down the side of a mountain with an ice pick. So that was an experience with snow in a different way. And I wish the city version was way more like that. In fact, I should take ice pick when I leave my house. Maybe not. Well, the big news last time I checked was we went and snatched the Venezuela guy. Said, "Come with us, sir." And now we're gonna manage their country and their oil. And then some other headlines after that. My personal day, not a lot of news. I'm still kind of in post-holiday mode, so I've just been hanging out. But enough about me. Tell me about your year. What do y'all want for this next year? Like, not even as individuals, but just as YouTubers, as viewers, as audience, as people that come here. Do you feel like YouTube is dying out? Like, I was on Twitter for years. I was very, very active, and then all of a sudden, it just started to die out. People used it less. The tweets were getting seen by less and less people, and it just seemed like people had moved on. I wonder if YouTube is starting to feel that way. Like it's saturated. It's become more of a norm now, and so the novelty's wearing off. Oh, I was following something about that, and it was too twisted for me to give it too much attention. But it was like a YouTuber that did an expose on the Minnesota daycare. But it was something that I might need Charlie on this one. First, let me give Team Human a try. Let's see. Oh, and then some protests in Iran are heating up. All right, here we go. Let's see what Snopes has to say. YouTuber Nick Shirley, who I've never heard of, posted in a video. Oh, okay. Daycare centers in Minnesota being run by Somali Americans got millions of dollars of taxpayers' money without providing the actual services. So he did some kind of expose. And then because of that, why is this story so hard to follow? You know what? Let me test Charlie out, see if he even knows it. It looks like because of that, they did some kind of federal investigation. Let's get our favorite AI correspondent on it.
Hey there, Jeff.
Happy January.
Happy January indeed. We're kicking off a whole new year, so here's to fresh starts and hopefully some good surprises ahead.
Yeah, we got a lot of surprises today just from opening up the news. Do you know about this Minnesota daycare story? Can you summarize it for me?
Sure. So basically, there's been a big stir in Minnesota because an independent journalist named Nick Shirley posted a viral video claiming that some Somali-run daycare centers were empty and might be involved in fraud. This led the federal government to temporarily freeze a large chunk of childcare funding for Minnesota until they can audit everything. Local officials say the video is misleading and that these centers are actually running fine, but it's caused a lot of tension and scrutiny, especially within the Somali community there. We'll have to see how it all unfolds by the deadline they've been given to provide more info.
Yeah, that seems like a better way to handle it to me, not to just knee-jerk freeze the funds, but to have some kind of process, like if there's an accusation, then there's an investigation, and like don't just this is the this is we live in the watch a video, take action world now. I saw it on YouTube, therefore I'm justified in taking action. I saw it on YouTube. Trump saw it on YouTube, and then he's like, "Oh my God, let me go out and freeze these funds. This is terrible." Is what it sounds like to me. Whereas there's probably a process already in place, or there should be, where there's a YouTube expose, then it kicks in an investigation or something. It would make way more sense.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's definitely a sign of the times that a viral video can trigger a pretty drastic real world response before all the facts get sorted out. Ideally, you'd want a more measured process where, okay, someone makes an accusation, then there's a proper investigation before any big funding freeze happens. It really does highlight how quickly things can escalate now that everyone sees a headline or a video and there's immediate pressure to do something. So yeah, having a
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
no worries at all. I was just going to say that having a more structured approach definitely makes sense in a world where videos can go viral in minutes. It's all about making sure that due process doesn't get lost just because everyone saw something on YouTube. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that one.
Amen. God, y'all are gonna make the best overlords. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, I agree, not less. That is an overreaction to me. Extreme, drastic overreaction. But it's also a feature of the world we live in now. I don't know what to do about it. People, the standard for truth now is if it's in a YouTube video. If somebody can convincingly put a YouTube video together that persuades you that that's the truth, and people are persuaded by anything. You put the right images in the right order with the right music, boom. Now we got AI. I don't know. I don't remember that part. But whatever that is, like, there's going to be an official. That's the solution. Is an investigation. Is some kind of process, due process. Otherwise, everyone's going to go around accusing everybody of anything, and then taking action on it, or having the state take action on it. The actual video. Underneath all of this, I think the reason these videos even work in the first place is people are so willing to believe this kind of stuff to begin with. Because in their minds, they either already suspect it or fear it. So it's tapping into real imaginary concerns. And again, I go back to I grew up in satanic panic. I saw this kind of hysteria then. I also saw it with the Procter and Gamble logo, of which I was part of. So I know what it's like, but it's not just a feature of social media. Although I think social media has heightened it to a level that I've never seen in my lifetime. But those buttons are always there to be pushed, even before social media. They're part of our primate wiring. So, like, Trump was already probably willing to believe that about these daycare centers anyway. So it didn't take, like, all it took was one video even pretending to expose something. And the satanic panic was about daycare too, now that I think about it. Like, I guess kids and children are a vulnerable topic. That's a a topic with broad reach. Pathos. Women and children are good for triggering that pathos nerve, that care and concern for the vulnerable. You get to be a hero, you get to do good things, you get to fight bad guys, you get to protect the future. Very powerful impulse. All right, I guess that is it on the daycare story, which is somehow more interesting to the audience than the Venezuela capture. Because I saw the headlines earlier, and I just glanced at them, and my brain was, wait, it kind of sounds like they just went in and took this head of state, but I'm sure that's not really what happened. But it is Trump, so maybe let me read a little closer. Oh my God, we just went in and snatched this head of state. That's exactly what we did. And there wasn't really that big of a reaction. People were either glad we did it or pushing back a little bit. What do you no, well, not that I know of, because he's Chat GPT, but Gemini is the Google AI, and Gemini perhaps might, but Google was doing that before Gemini. For years, Google's been monitoring my searches. I can pull up my search history. And again, I've assumed since I was on even back in the AOL days when I was on the internet, I never assumed that it was private and somebody couldn't see what I was doing. There was with me at least, there was always the assumption in the background that somebody could probably see this at some point if they wanted to. So I'm not on here naively thinking that nobody can see what I'm doing or nobody's recording what I'm doing. I love America. Love, love, love. It's like I pinch myself every day. It's like, how did I get to be born in this time in this country? Of all the points in history. Oh, well, I hope it's a good I hope you enjoy. I hope you get a lot of enlightenment from it. So yeah, other than that, it's just another ordinary day, and definitely here in YouTube land, unless there's something I've missed. It's it shouldn't be surprising, but it was a little surprising how when you step away from YouTube, how little you think about it. It fades very fast. They did. Oh my God, Bex and I watched a documentary the other day, and they were talking about the early days of New York. And that's before they had cars. They had horses that would drive up and down the street, and the horses would urinate and all kind of other stuff. And there was no one to clean it, so it would just stay in the streets all day. And they had pigs that would wander up and down the streets and eat everything. And that was like their sanitation system was pigs. And in the summer, how bad it smelled walking up and down Broadway. It was gross. So yes, I agree. Old timey days. That's one progress that I can support. And this too. Yeah. And dead people. Something about dead people. I can't imagine like that growing up in a modern world where we grew up with bath. We had to take a bath. We didn't have a shower growing up. That was a luxury. So when I was in somebody's house with a shower, I'm like, "Oh my god, I get to take a shower tonight. That's so exciting." But I can't imagine a level of civilization where you did not have the ability to clean yourself once a day. A shower, a waterfall, a river, something. And that you had to walk around stinky and dirty as just the normal part of living in that civilization. That's how spoiled first world human I am. That's one reason I can't be homeless. I can't I cannot wander around smelling gross. I have got to have my showers. I hate the feeling of being dirty, and I hate being able to smell myself. That's just nasty. I probably was. That's easy to do when you live here. You still sound like a jealous Canadian. Yeah. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's the freedom. The freedom and the empowerment. Like it's we all run this country together as a people. So part of that freedom is free to influence what kind of country you live in. So freedom and creativity. How is that? That's what I love about it. Nobody tries to fuck with my creativity here, at least not from the state. And nobody tries to fuck with my freedom so far. Telling me what to say, what to think, how to feel, what I can do within the already agreed upon laws. I know, and they Spike, they would do the thing where they didn't want to waste bathwater, so we would have to like my sister would go in first, and then I would have to go in and use the same bathwater. That part was gross to me too. I would always try to be the first one to take the bath, and they would double us up sometimes, so you'd have 2 in the bathtub. But then we'd end up, like, playing with all the bath toys together. It would take forever. We were in there for, like, an hour playing with bath toys. Showers were s you don't know what an advancement showers were. That's the 2 that are those were the 2 big class markers growing up, were showers well, 3 actually, showers, cable TV, and concrete driveway. If you had a concrete driveway instead of shale or rock or dirt, that you were in the elite class. And if you had cable TV and not an antenna on a pole that you had to go turn, and if you had a shower and not bath water, you had arrived. Those people had made it. And they would lose the baby in it. Like, don't forget, check in there if there's a baby first. It's probably dead if it's under the water, but check anyway. Yeah. I I can't even swim in a lake. Like growing up, I have to be able to see what's in the water around me. It has to be clean, fresh. It has to be water. I guess I'm a water snob, but even growing up, they would take us to these swimming holes and rivers and stuff to swim. A swimming pool, by the way, that was a big luxury. If somebody had a pool, they were like the J.R. Ewing mansion of the town. So we were always going to these like mud holes to swim, these lakes that you couldn't see in them. Oh, I hated swimming in those. The town I'm from, they had a lake. They called it the beach because it had sand, but it was a big dirty lake. And you'd get to a part And it was like all the oil companies and the chemical factories would dump their stuff in it, so it had all this goo and every gross stuff in it, oil floating in it, and you get to a certain point where you start to touch the bottom, and it was this slime, and it would just gush up between your toes. We'd call it the gush gush, and we'd always walk and try to find the part where the gush gush starts. So we'd step on it with our feet and feel it ooze between our toes, and your toes would be like green, brown algae and this oily goop when you came out of it, that part of the lake. So anyway, the point is fresh water shower, fresh bath water, a nice clear piss-free swimming pool. Same for hot tubs. Oh wow, that's are you OCD? No, it was called Lake Charles actually, but it was they called the beach, the Lake Charles beach. So it seemed like a beach because it had sand and umbrellas. It had a water slide, but it was the shore of a lake instead of a beach. People would boat and ski, water ski. I used to love going barefoot growing up. That was one of I hated shoes. And then when I turned a teenager, I hated going barefoot. I couldn't stand not having shoes on. But I remember the sticker. They had these little, we call them stickers in the grass. They were like little tiny briars. And if you went barefoot in the wrong place, you would step in them and they would stick all over your feet. And how hot the pavement would get sometimes in the summer. Hey, Nancy. Happy 2026 to you. What's up? How's your new year? Jeff Coutures. Oh my God. We're the grown up version of the Mouseketeers. This is as grown up as they get. The antler tears. Well, I'm at half an hour. I really showed up to play that video and check in and see how everybody was doing. But I might go back into my Discord cave. Wait, what? What kind of thongs? Gummy thongs? What were you wearing? Were they edible? What kind of thongs melt in the heat? It could not have been fabric. Don't even get me started. And I tell you how much I hated those. I still to this day. Oh my God, I was looking at porn the other day, like photos, and there was this really hot guy, and he was wearing flip flops in the thing, and I deliberately scrolled past. Like it got me all excited until I saw his flip flops, and it totally ruined the porn shot for me. There's two things I hate in my porn, and that is phone selfies where you can see him holding a phone, and flip flops or sandals. Don't do porn with sandals on, and especially not flip flops. Who thought of those? Not Loss. They were. We liked them as a kid just because they were fun, not because they tasted good. But for some reason, the marketing made us think that they were fun. And so I ate them because it was fun to peel them off of the wrapper and eat them, like roll them up and eat them. But they were gross. They were like mashed up freeze-dried fruit or something. They were like worse than Fig Newton filling. What? Wait, what do I hate? Yes, and it breaks the flow. You know, there's a flow to porn. It takes you kind of into an altered state, and stuff like that breaks it for me. It takes me out of it. I'm too analytical. Even growing up, when you had to get porn on VHS, and they had plots. They would try to act out these plots to set up for the scene. I would get so into the plot. I would when the porn star, I'd be like, "Well, wait a minute. What happened to they set this character up for this story arc, and then now all they're doing is fucking." I wanted something so much more intellectually rich for my erotica than it was providing at the time. I want to see the philosophers fucking and the scientists. That's the kind of porn. Actually, it's not. Nerd porn. I have not. It makes me. I'm throwing up in the bottom of my throat right now just reading that. I kind of get it. I think part of my brain kind of doesn't want to get it. And I'm sure you're not talking about the chocolate little cream-filled little Debbie ding dongs. No, we could totally talk about. I didn't know Socrates porn was on the table. We could totally talk about Socrates porn. That's what I would like. Somebody I could read Socrates to, like, for in the like either for foreplay or the aftermath. In fact, I've had guys tell me before I was too like heady, too in my head about it. Cuz sex is not, you don't have sex with your head. Well, all right, hey. Here we go. All right, reset. No, he was. That's what he got accused of. You would have been the ones accusing him too. Besides, it was normal back then. I know. That too. I don't know. When I talk about looking for a daddy, I don't really have either of those two men in mind. Although Socrates is very much a spiritual father. But that's about it. He's going to stay in that zone. The mentor zone. Well, any other last Socrates porn questions? Well, yes, because I'm normal. I hate on candy corn too, and fruitcake. This is a channel for normal people. We have standards here. But you're rage quitting just in time, because I think I am gonna wrap down, unwind, whatever, wind it down. That. All right. Have a good rest of your Saturday. I may or may not be out tomorrow as usual. Wait. Oh, that's why we hated it as kids. The grown-ups didn't tell us that. Fruitcake was one of the absolute grossest things you could ever put. I would analyze it as a kid. I would take it and try to figure out what it even was and why somebody would want to eat that. It had these fruit. They looked like they were dried and then glazed. Oh, hang on. We have some additional commentary. Okay, Shift might go live soon. I can raid over there if you want, if you're set up for it. But in the meantime, we have somebody that wants to add additional commentary.
I gotta fix my eyeballs.
I gotta fix my speakers.
I'm using earbuds. Is my mic on?
What day glow candy fruits? The ones in the fruitcake? Okay, mic check. Spike check.
Spike, mic check. I just wanted to rage quit.
You came up to, okay. Of behind the fruit roll-ups? Is this his rage quit? Did he get stuck in the middle of a rage quit? What was your favorite flavor? What what kind of rage quit is this? This is a rage hijack. Yes, fruitcake is gross. We all agree. Oh, they can't. I don't know if he's talking. He's not muted on my end. I don't see his little face moving. See, that's what he came up here to do. That's because we're a channel of light. Your rage is powerless here. All right, Shift, do you want to go live? You can take my audience, all 4 of them. 3 excluding yourself. Here go her channel. It's also, I also know it as the autistic goodbye. And my mom was like that. My mom never said bye on the telephone. To this day, she never says bye. After she's through with the conversation, she just hangs up. Okay, so you want to meet at this time? Yeah, okay, great. All right, well, click. Bye. All right, I think Shift might be going live. So, well, I don't know. Let's find out straight from the fish's gills.
I am not a robot. I'm fucking Scottish. I'm Spike, and I'm here to rage quit. On behalf of roll-ups,
Oh, you don't sound
fuck this.
Scottish. I can understand you. She didn't. Are you going? See, see, people. This is a fun troll. Take lessons. This is high tier trolling. All right. Anyway, check out Shiv. She'll probably be out there at some point. And I'll see you. Who knows? Who knows where? Who knows when? Where? Probably here. When? I don't know. Well, I'll find out together. Take care, everybody. Check out Shifts. Bye-bye.